touch the nachos! Don't touch my nachos! My nachos!
Yeah, feel that beat, feel that beat. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Mickey. Come on, Mickey, let's dance.
Dance? I thought you'd never ask. I'd love to.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Mickey Shorts and More
Podcast.
the Mickey Shorts and More Disney podcast. You are correct, young man. Now, some people might be going, hey, where did you guys go? Because we actually, for the first time in the run of our show, missed a week. We thought we had it all scheduled out to avoid that from happening, but I hope it's for good cause, because it's been busy here in the Stephen Keaton household.
You've been gone last week.
I know, I was gone last week. And like I said, for good reason. I work as a media producer, and I was shooting a film in Washington, D.C. Therefore, I was gone for a bunch of time last week and unable to record a podcast. So, by the time I was home and had free time, I was recovered enough to be able to record, it would have put the episodes too close together. So we said, you know what? It's okay. We can miss a week. We will be back on track this week for some more Mickey Shorts goodness. So that means, Keaton, how's it been going for you?
Good.
Good. Anything exciting going on for you?
It's almost time to go to the pumpkin patch.
It is. We're going to have to do that this weekend, I
But
think.
it's going to be raining.
Well, we do live in the Pacific Northwest, so it's pretty much always raining from about mid-October on. Oh, and you know what I get to do this weekend?
What?
Every year, I'm in a haunted house, a little local fun haunted house. We're going to start up this weekend, and that means I get to wear some sort of a really creepy outfit and run around and scare people, which is always good fun. Or usually I get a weird accent. But we're not going to go there. Okay. Keaton, anything else you want to talk about?
Well, yesterday we hung up our Halloween decorations because we almost forgot to hang up our Halloween decorations.
We didn't forget. Like I said, with my little travel jaunt to Washington, D.C., it kind of messed with our traditional October schedule. But that's okay. We are back on track. The Halloween decorations are up. We are recording the Mickey Shorts and More podcast tonight, and we still have our special Halloween episode coming up just in time for Halloween here in a few weeks. But before we get too far off track, we do have news to talk about. So over in Disney's Hollywood Studios, Mickey's Runaway Railway is almost done. We still don't have that all-important opening date yet. Hoping that comes anytime. But the cool thing is, they've officially started construction on the Disneyland version of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Now, granted, it's a few years off. It's set to open in 2022. Which is, you'll be 9 years old when it opens, but that's okay. Back in the Toontown area of Disneyland, there's traditionally a bunch of rolling green hills that block you from seeing into backstage. And this last week, those green hills have gone away, which is kind of weird because now you can see the buildings behind Disneyland. But that is good news for us Mickey fans because that means the Mickey's Runaway Railway is officially on its way. They've started some demo of some of the backstage buildings to make room for it. And it is progressing. So, good news for those of us who can't wait to experience Mickey's Runaway Railway. Well, it is getting late on a school night, so what do you say we talk some Mickey Shorts, which is why everyone is here to listen.
Oh yeah, wrestling.
There we go, wrestling. Oh, and you know what, Keaton?
What?
I had a run-in this last weekend, 2 run-ins actually, with fans of the show. On Saturday, I was at a place where I have a lot of mutual friends, and several of them came up and said, hey, we love the Mickey Shorts and More podcast. Keep it going. We enjoy listening to it. We have fans.
Fans!
So thanks everybody for your messages on social media. Thanks for emailing.
That blows.
Yes, we have a fan that blows air. That is one way of putting it. But we do appreciate all of the encouraging notes and the feedback we get. So if you're curious as to how that works, just stay tuned to the end of the episode and we can give you all the ways to contact us if you're not bumping into us in person. So, Keaton, what do you say we let go of the microphone cable there, or the headphone cable, and talk some Tapped Out?
Woo, yeah.
Okay, so this week we are on Season 1, Episode 16, titled Tapped Out. The official show summary says, Goofy volunteers Mickey to fight a dastardly wrestler. Which means, who do we get to see this week for the very first time in the Mickey Shorts?
Pete.
Say that in the microphone.
Pete.
There we go. Yes, Pete so far has not made an appearance in this episode. Pete, the classic bad guy character from so many eras of Mickeyhood, finally gets his appearance here in the Mickey Shorts. We're glad to have him because he does make a good villain. The original air date is January 10th, 2014. Credit where credit is due.
Sometimes in Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, he's good.
Well, yes, but that also a show for little kids, so you can't have too big of a villain in a little kid's show.
Yeah.
So, credit where credit is due. The story is by Derek Bachman, Clay Morrow, Paul Ruddish, and Aaron Springer. It was written by the same crew, Derek Bachman, Clay Morrow, Paul Ruddish, and Aaron Springer, and it was directed this week by Clay Morrow. So, Keaton, what do you say you headphone up and get ready to watch Tapped Out?
Wrestling, yeah.
I have no idea what you just said, but that's okay. All right, here you go. Headphones.
It's like that word is wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The word yeah is
So we're about to go to a wrestling match where the great Pete is going to take on a new competitor. Are you ready to watch? Mm-hmm. Okay. Those of you who are following along at home, look at the show notes. You'll find the link there. You can click on it and go to YouTube at the same time that we do, and then we can all watch together. Shall we count them down?
Yes. 3,
2,
2, 1.
And nothing happened. Hello?
We are experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by.
Let's try that again. 3, 2, 1, play! What? All right.
Then what's wrong with the Mickey Shorts and More podcast?
We are experiencing technical difficulties. There we go. Tapped out. All right, it's wrestling time. It is the big match. Who's fighting today? Who's watching today? Mickey, Donald, and Goofy are watching today. There's a cow. He's being taken on by Pete. Oh, Pete just landed on him, splashing milk all over the audience. Except for Donald, who has an umbrella. Ooh, he's being wheeled away. Not a good sign. Donald's laughing his head off. Mickey's like, hey, you know what? I could take on this guy. This would be so easy. I could do this to him, and I could hit him like this, and I could do this. You know, the typical armchair quarterbacking. And Donald's like, don't touch my nachos! So the announcer's up. Who wants to take on the great... I don't remember his name, but... Yes, who wants to take him on?
Oh, yeah? Well, which one of you wants to come up here and take on the champ? Hey, man! I'll tell you who.
Goofy's like, I know who'll do it. This guy will do it. And he runs Mickey up and plants him in front of Pete. He's like, no, I was just saying.
Why, you was just telling me how much you'd like to teach him a lesson, remember? You said you was gonna give him one of these. Some of this, and lights out.
And so, how is Pete going to react to this? He's going to turn Goofy into a pogo stick, ride him around the arena, and then shoot him all over the place. Oh no, Goofy's going to die. Mickey's like, oh, what did you do? Hopefully he comes back. All right, Mickey's mad now. Mickey's going to take him on. He runs up as fast as he can, and Pete's going nowhere. and he's pulling on him, and he's getting exhausted. Pete shoves him into one of his body cracks and blasts him into the arena. Once again, Donald's like, "Don't touch my nachos," as Mickey tries to grab him, and then he shoots back, boing, hits his belt, and falls down. Oh, now Mickey's going to try a new tactic. He's running all over him like a bug. Where is he? He's in his hair. So Mickey, as he comes across and is getting pulled away, he grabs Pete's wig. Oh, Pete has no wig. Oh no, he's embarrassed. Everyone's laughing. Now he's mad. Mickey's running away with the hair. Haha, you can't catch me. He's going to treat it like a bull. Oh, here comes the bull, and he's going to whip it away. And now Pete bonked his head on the corner rail. Oh no. Mickey this is like a bull fight. But now Pete's really mad. He's squishing him, his eyes blowing out. Oh, what's Mickey going to do? It's back for Donald's nachos. Okay, he's got an idea. Go get it. So he throws the hair into the stands. It lands in Donald's nachos. The guy jumps up, lands right on Donald. Now Donald looks like a little girl with a nice wig. Donald's mad because he spilled his nachos. Now Donald is in a typical Donald temper tantrum. He's running around. Ah! Pete's coming down from the rafters, all beat up. Donald is still ticked off. Suddenly, Goofy's awake. Yay! Mickey jumps on him. 1, 2, 3. He's out. We have new winners. Those winners are Donald, Goofy, and Mickey. Ah, all right. Now we're ready to go. Who wants to take on the champion? Who wants to take on this guy? Mickey Mouse. Ah! Cut to black. All right. Thoughts, Keaton, as the credits roll?
I kind of like the parts when Mickey messed up Donald's lasso.
When Mickey what?
Messed up his food.
Oh, yes. The whole episode, there's the running gag all through the whole episode about do not touch Donald's nachos. And suddenly the one thing that takes Pete down finally is the touching of Donald's nachos. So apparently you don't want to mess with Donald's food. Note to self. Yeah, love the humor in this episode. Other thoughts, Keaton?
I don't have any more thoughts.
All right, well, let's get to some random facts about the show. This, like I said earlier, this was the first time that Pete has appeared in the Mickey shorts, the Paul Ruddish Mickey shorts anyway. He's all over the place in other Mickey episodes, going back to early days of Mickey Mouse. Always, a Pete character around, but this is the first time he's been here in the Mickey shorts. There was a classic thudding sound that's from the classic WB cartoons that reappears in this episode. We've heard that classic thud before when Donald falls down, but this is the first time we've heard it in a wrestling context. Pete's wrestling wig is a reference to the wrestler Gorgeous George, which I'm not a wrestling fan, so I'm not sure who that is, but some of you wrestling fans out there may know what that's about. There's also a Simpsons app with the same name as this Mickey episode. So, The Simpsons Tapped Out.
Let's do this, Giant Me!
Download The Simpsons Tapped Out for free and tap Homer 10 times in a row. In addition to in-game donuts, you'll receive a special bonus decoration.
This game is life-ruiningly fun!
Last but not least, Donald has a moment in this episode where he becomes what apparently is called Super Saiyan. Now, you'll notice this when Donald suddenly becomes surrounded with fire as he bursts into a rage. This is actually a reference from Dragon Ball GT or Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball or Sonic X. A whole bunch of different video games kind of have this effect. Again, it's called Super Saiyan, but that's what's happening to Donald. Donald is turning Super Saiyan as he bursts into flames, and that is a video game reference for those who may not be in the know. So definitely go and watch Tapped Out, especially if you're a wrestling fan or if you just like, good old-fashioned violence. The cow, there's lots of references in this show when cows get squished to its milk shooting all over the place, which is kind of gross. But the audience definitely gets covered when the cow gets squished.
Yeah. We use my room as a studio.
We do. We have the coolest Mickey Shorts and More studio. So, Keaton, what do you say we do?
Keaton's Joke of the Week.
Yeah.
Alrighty. You've had 2 weeks to come up with a joke from the last time that we recorded. So, what kind of magic do you have for me today?
What do you call a pumpkin with a bat? A jackal-bat.
Okay, interesting. And let's do 2 jokes this week.
How do you make a tissue dance?
How do you make a tissue dance? I don't know, Keaton. How do you make a tissue dance?
You put a little boogie in it.
Oh, nice. You put a little boogie in it.
Burger.
I know what it means. What does that boogie look like? Nah, we're not going to go there. Never mind. I was going to try to make you dance, but you're going to take that in a whole different direction. So that, ladies and gentlemen, fans of the Mickey Shorts and More podcast, is
Keaton's Joke of the Week.
All right, Keaton. So we mentioned earlier the fact that we'd had a bump in with some fans of the show. What do fans do if they want to get in touch with us?
They could watch the episode.
And they can do that on www.mickeyshortsandmore.com. You can find all of our past episodes, and you can subscribe to the show. You can connect with us on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. Just do a quick search for Mickey Shorts and More, and you can find us. Also, you can look up past episodes on Apple Podcasts, on YouTube, on Google Play, on Stitcher, or just go to your favorite podcast app of choice and type in Mickey Shorts and More, and you will find us. Subscribe so you can keep track of all of our show goodness as we progress through the Mickey Mouse Shorts series. Also, remember that if you have your own commentary on any of these episodes, feel free to email the show, and we could feature that in a future show. Just email mickeyshortsandmore@gmail.com. Or if you'd rather talk to us, you can call our voicemail line, 541-321-0472. Just remember that if you do leave us a voicemail, you are thereby granting us permission to use that on a future show. But we'd love to feature your commentary as well. Next week, Keaton, guess what we're going to be talking about? Third Wheel. One of the more disturbing episodes in the Mickey Mouse Shorts lexicon. So that's going to be a lot of fun. There's some weird stuff happening in Third Wheel. Can't wait to talk about that. Hope everyone has a fantastic week. Thanks for putting up with us in our little week off there, as work and life definitely interfered with our production schedule, but we are back and continuing forward in the Mickey Mouse Shorts series. Everyone have a fantastic week. We will see you next week. Bye.
Bye. Dun, 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 dun. Dun.